In this video, I'll prove once and for all that there is something going on around me, and I'll go in depth and prove to you all this is not normal, and can prove there are demonic entities around me. I'll take a look at camera footage from about 2 months ago, and can prove there's been a gradual and then an intense increase in their activities around me. There are common themes that can link all these people together, such as them placing subliminal messages around the stores, my environment, and even on media outlets. They like insinuating through misplacing items I'm a girl or a dog and a kid. They also try to pretend to be me and want to say they're my dad when they're not. I can prove all this is real and more if you stay tuned with the information I am giving you. I think there is no doubt you will all see a common theme that cannot be ignored. There is no reason for that many misplaced and reorganized items to be in a store and on the ground outside. And also, they all have a peculiar and reoccurrent theme, and it would only make sense if all the people were connected if this theme stayed true throughout my whole experience, and has. At first, gradually increased, and now the last few weeks spiked and then fell dramatically after me blackmailing them. Then, after their intense decrease, their activities quickly had a big increase. I told them I was blackmailing them and that if they don't give me more evidence, they will all look guilty. So that they had to give me more evidence around the store, because if they stopped, people would think it was normal to see this stuff around the store in the first place. And I insinuated that if they continued, people would think I was schizophrenic, not knowing I knew they would stop doing their demonic activities for a short while. At the same time, I was demanding that they keep doing it. I knew they would think that was the only way I could win, if they actually kept giving me the evidence and putting this stuff all around the stores. So they stopped, and that made them look guilty. I made videos about me blackmailing them, and it was painfully obvious something was going on in the stores, and I knew they would hop back on the train of hoping everyone would think I was schizophrenic while they continued to be able to lie to me and control me. So I basically told them I was blackmailing them, and they had to keep giving me evidence, making them think that that was the only way that I could win, knowing that either way they would look guilty. But it made them stop for a while, proving that they're responding to my videos. The people putting stuff around the stores, which is the Lizard Illuminati, the satanic people, are responding to me making videos, meaning me telling them that I was blackmailing them made them stop doing it, because I insinuated that the only way that I could win is if they keep doing it. So they stopped for a while, making it look like the truth. They stopped doing that, and it was basically proof that they are responding to my videos. They didn't want to put stuff around the stores for a while, and then after I made a video saying my blackmail worked, they got confused. It's like reverse psychology, or reverse psychology. While also being so addicted to thinking they're controlling me, lying to me, and being able to psychologically torture me, they'll keep doing it, making them look guilty either way. But if you look at the gradual increase followed by that decrease, it appears as though the store's misplacing of the items is linked to me, my blackmailing effect, and me videotaping the demonic activities and reporting on it. You can clearly see that they were reacting to me filming and saying I'm blackmailing them by looking at the amount of items in the store that were misplaced, video through video. Now they are putting stuff on the store at an alarming rate once again, and I even caught one on camera, doing it right in front of me. Evidence as it would be painfully obvious they stopped because I am catching on to how to report on their evil and manipulative activities they have going on around me. So now they are basically forced into keeping the items misplaced and having a theme of dogs, kids, girls, gloves in order to not look guilty. And if they stop doing that, it's been going on for months, and why would it just stop right when I start filming them? But also making them guilty, a lose-lose situation for the satanic Illuminati. The demonic reptilian beings known as the lizard people, to many people, if they even know who they are. Most people don't know about the Illuminati or the lizard people, so if you watch this, you're going to think I'm nuts. What you are about to watch here is so mind-blowing and shocking you may want to puke and doubt reality itself. You will have to keep in mind there is no reason anyone should have their internal monologue and internal paranoia or fears come to life in front of them, making my paranoia, which is technically not paranoia if you count on the fact of real-life factors making me think this, seeing it all happening around me in real time, such as me noticing what they're doing, and the more I noticed what they were doing, the more they would do it because they were addicted to me noticing it, thinking it was scaring me because they're addicted to fear and control. such as me noticing these items, thinking about them, and more popping up as I was noticing them. Having more and more people with red hair, that's a good one, where I noticed like 1 out of 100 people with red hair, then 2, then 3, then 4. I mean, that, all the other stuff, the misplaced items went from like, 1 out of like, it just increased from like, I call it like a percentage scale, where it was like 10%, not even, it was like 2 to 5% in like Washington, D.C., and now I'm in Miami, and it was at like up to like 80%. I'll call it like a scale. The best way to explain it is this all happened gradually as I noticed patterns easily, and their subliminal messages, lies, intimidation increased from a 5% to an 80 in 2 months, and rapidly went down with the blackmail technique and up again with the same technique. Let's take a look at the first video where I started to record their activities. Country. Hold on a second. So this is when I first bought the camera about 2 months ago, and I was talking about their agenda and how they keep putting gloves everywhere and making women more noticeable. And this guy is looking at gloves. And I said, look, of course, they're happy to be looking at gloves, the first guy I saw. That's weird, this guy touching gloves in the kid aisle. And I even said, huh. So then fast forward to over here. Again, you notice the carts being all weird too? As in a misplaced carts. A loose cart, I call them. And I said they kept putting kid stuff everywhere. Maybe I should let you hear it. I said that one's a mark of Satan. Satan's always trying to make me think I'm like a kid. Maybe I should let you hear it out loud so I don't think I'm like crazy or something. Satan. Satan's always trying to make me think I'm like a kid, or a baby, or a girl. And it's weird. Like, why would this need to be here? From perspective of a human, I can see them being like, well, he'd be like, I don't know, sometimes stuff like that happens. Like, yeah, you're right, sometimes stuff like that is natural. But when Satan, it means something. Always this weird stuff everywhere. I think they're trying to make me feel like I'm a bird. I don't know, they're getting crazier and crazier. See, now back then, it wasn't as obvious what they were doing with their signs. They were just putting kid stuff everywhere, and like they were addicted. They're different species. They're basically addicted to me finding all this weird stuff, and they want me to think that they're my family or that they're leaving me like treats. And then it got weirder and weirder and weirder. They always tried to insinuate that I was a girl or a son. They always do the weird stuff with the gloves, but I started picking up on them a lot easier now. The next sign that I don't know what to call it. I don't want to call it signs, but like I told you, I work in weird, mysterious ways. Pay attention. Things I started noticing is they used to always misplace food that I would buy. Like even the other day, I bought 2 Snickers before bed, and then the next day, right when I was going to buy 2 Snickers again, there was 2 Snickers placed somewhere else, so that I would see the 2 Snickers, and they would think that I was getting it from them because they think deals with the devil are real. And then, even in Washington, D.C., I started seeing random food misplaced. So this all progressed from even 4 months ago. 3 months ago, really, if you really think about it. As you can see right there. Guilty, 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 guilty. That's not normal. And believe it or not, it's like like I said, this is not normal one bit. One glove on a kid? Like I said, they always try to insinuate one glove and kids. They're trying to, like, pedophile me. They're trying to make me feel crazy and weird and look schizophrenic. When it's like, this is what... You shouldn't be thinking this anymore at all. This should be, like, icing on the cake of truth. And oh yes, that guy, that was funny. Do you remember the guy upstairs? I told you he was holding the gloves, and now his daughter has a glove. See, isn't that weird? It was the same guy I said, oh, look, he has gloves, the day I bought the camera. I mean, they've always been doing this stuff, but they do it to a point where they are so addicted to doing that to me. It's like asking a heroin addict to stop doing heroin. They just can't. They think it'll give me amnesia. They think it hurts me, psychologically traumatizes me. It's like asking a bully not to be a bully, but worse. Like, they're actually addicted to it. This is around the beginning when I first got here, and I started noticing them doing all the weird kid stuff that they always do. And there's a guy, which I know is one of them, with like a doll. Now that's not normal. I'm not sure if you know that or not, but that's not normal. Just so you know. Homeless people, and he was homeless, and you can tell that's not normal. I have to reiterate that fact. Like, literally, real opposite. Doesn't even need quotes. And then she put it there, and let's see what she does. She's probably gonna take it, though. See, this was them trying to make me think that's normal at the same time as hoping I would... I don't know how to say this. They wanted you guys to think that was normal. And they always do the weird stuff where they touch their butt and vagina in front of me, make themselves look normal. I mean, make themselves look like pretty and stuff. Put a kid in front of me thinking I'll get amnesia. Like, they time it out. They wanted to make you guys think that that's normal. Then he touches his penis around me. But if I'm not the one doing all this, I'm not working with her. And then he gets gestured to his son like a hand signal. And it's like, they're trying to make me think they're my dad. It's the equivalent. Imagine if someone walked up to you and said, I'm your dad. And then a bunch of other people... Like, they always try and insinuate stuff about sex. So they knew around the time, this was when I was going to do a fast for like a week or two. And they knew I'd be drinking these type of drinks here. The Mio. I mean, that was not Mio, but still, they had one banana there. I mean, I'm not going to argue the whole 63 cents thing with the 666, but there was no bananas there that day. There's no bananas. Around the same time I wanted to get one of these, all of a sudden I go there and they wanted... It's just doing their strange demonic activities. Pay attention close to this part. Psychosis. Look up something like Officer Lansdale. Lansdale. My name's Lonsdale. Well, my human name is Lonsdale. My government name is Lonsdale. What do humans call it? Like, they always do stuff where it's like, they're just touching their parts around me. Their vaginas, their penises. And plus, the kids, the old men, the middle-aged people, they all do weird stuff like that. Making themselves noticeable, like, just so he could walk right in front of me. It's their weird, strange tactics where you have to view this as from the perspective of another species. Different stuff in order to lure Lucifer in, because it isn't cheese. It's this type of emotion they're after. And plus, they're just so... Like how he touches his back of his head like that, because they know when I'm relaxed or empty when I do that. And they're so angry and scared that they're going to do anything just to hurt me. And they think... Even they're pointing like that, she gets right in front of me, then goes like that. Yeah, it's hurting when it's not. It's actually letting me get evidence on them. When I'm making me look like at any minute, I'll turn into someone else or Hayden again. And the reason I'm saying Hayden, the girl with red hair there, is so that they'll think that we're actually trading places. That they'll think that God's actually like that. Gloves. Like, basically, I wanted a timeout when I knew that they wanted me to turn back into Hayden again and turn back into, well, a human. Because I'm Jesus Christ. I'm the real-life Jesus Christ. Finding a way to blackmail and get evidence of demons on Earth. And, this has all been a gradual increase. Now, I'm just not talking about kids with gloves. They want me to think that I'm that challenged, or he just has gloves on. I think, oh, that's autism. They also want to, see how that guy was, like, biting his tongue and had his hand on his penis and stuff? Stuff like that. How that girl had, touching her vagina for a second. Now, these are demonic attacks. It wouldn't appear to be so, and even to me, I just kind of, it's almost like, it's not traumatizing me, they just think it is. Now, let me explain to you. When I say switching places, they think they could turn me back into Hayden again. They want to turn me into a girl and a little kid, so I try and time it out, or a dog even. So I try and time it out. So whenever I'm saying my name, there happens to be one of those girls with the red hair going around, because I can see through time, and I know where they'll be and where they won't be. So I wanted them to think that the person that was controlling me and seeing through time, who they think isn't me, because the way I showed them, I talked to the Illuminati. I told them that I'm like the "Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared" video. I'm like the Day the Earth Stood Still. I'm like Orgalork from Adventure Time. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm like a Sims game in a way, where it's like God controls me and speaks through me, and I'm in this place. Now, don't log off. Don't exit out. I can prove every single thing I'm saying. There's no way this looks normal to you at this point. Because I'm not recording every single thing they do. This is just the surface of it. And this is only about a month later. Now, keep watching. See, now they want me to think, those are plantains, but they want me to think bananas are crazy good and send subliminal messages to corrupt me and make me sin because they're Satan, and they think everything's a sin to do with sex. They think homosexuality and transgenderism is a sin, and they think it'll make God hate me. They also want to molest me and be pedophiles to me. So it fits all of their agendas, and they also think it'll psychologically traumatize me and scare me and intimidate me into wanting to believe in them, which fits, again, all of their agendas. This is another example of a guy with one glove, as you can see. These common themes, think about how unnormal that is. All the bananas misplaced, all the items misplaced, and this, again, is a needle in a haystack compared to the whole haystack I have for you all. Believe it or not, that shirt literally says, "I totally miss humans." This is not anything crazy. Like I said, this might be so mind-blowing and shocking to you if you really understand what's going on. Now, that's not normal. Where do you even get a shirt like that? Now, believe it or not, there's a lady at the front of the store with a jacket that says serpents. More subliminal messaging, because they wanted to make me think I'm the one. And they wanted me to think that if I am the one, it's because of them, which it's not. Because I'm Jesus Christ. I'll explain later, but let me keep showing you these signs, and you can not log off, and you can't click out of the video because it looks crazy. I'm not doing this. I'm not Spider-Man. I'm not like just taking pictures. These people doing this. I'm putting signs for Lucifer in this to understand. I want them to think that if they're trying to get me, they'll make me their buddy. So they stop trying to get me with quotes around that, because they're delusional. They have delusional, even that stuff like that. Like that can be normal. I mean, that isn't, but pay attention to what that was. 257. They always try and insinuate I'm a kid based on the body language. Like, she'll hold her kid extra tight when I'm around. This happens even when there'd be like a kid there. They want, or even a boyfriend and girlfriend, they hug each other tighter, right, when I come around. That, stuff like that, that can be normal. I mean, that isn't. But that is that. Do you understand what I mean? That same store, that same day, right when I was talking about them being serpents in my head, all of a sudden I see a shirt that says, "I miss the humans." And it says serpents right there. They want me to think I'm all alone. They want me to think it's just me here. They want me to think I'm the only human. They want me to think that I'm the true son of Lucifer. They want to pretend that they're only me, and that they're my dad. So this should be alarming. It should be shocking and alarming. I know I like the color orange, so that day, they specifically put bananas there, again. Song No Regrets by Aesop Rock, be inspired. They want me to be inspired to be a little girl. I mean, that's the equivalent of walking up in. I listened to a song called No Regrets by Aesop Rock, and they're trying to make me think of, it was on that, they knew I bought a camera that was called Canon, and then they had a little girl in the case. That's what I mean by their subliminal messaging. And they know I listened to a song by Aesop Rock called No Regrets, and it was basically this whole thing, and it says ABC 1 2 3, and they want me to think I have to be a little girl, and I don't have a regret about it. I know it sounds crazy and insane, but we're dealing with the reptilian Illuminati here. not transphobic, honestly. I mean, I'm God, and I'm honestly not transphobic. If anything, I'm like far left liberal phobic, and that doesn't mean I hate gay and trans people. But I just don't understand the whole thing where what am I gonna do? So they basically, and again, I don't want to offend anyone with politics. Like I said, I work in weird, mysterious ways. I don't hate any human, and eventually everyone will be okay. But they're basically, there was even before that video, there was a little girl running away from a bike, and then all of a sudden there's a bike and a bunch of stuffed animals, and they kept, after that, once I started thinking about stuffed animals, they started placing stuffed animals all around, like, to insinuate girl stuff and little kid stuff and car seats, near bananas, all sorts of weird, crazy stuff, and I got a lot of it on camera and on footage. So keep watching, please.